ass. I know that's why you play that. You want me to show my ass. I ain't get funny up in here. What's up, everybody? Let's give it up for Mr. James Ferguson in the house tonight. That's my dude right there. That's my dude, man. First time I met James Ferguson, full disclosure, right now, my first impression was I was like, that dude has definitely directed and produced some of them swimsuit fashion shows down at St. Stephen's. I was like, that's totally what that dude does right there. First impressions, man, that shit's crazy. I bet y'all's first impression of me, I bet y'all looked at me and y'all were like, that bitch voted for Bevan. I bet that's what y'all, it's all good, it's all right. I didn't, because I live in Indiana. I mean, I wouldn't have anyways, but I didn't. See, I live over in Jeffersonville, Indiana. My husband, my 2 kids. We live in a subdivision. It's a suburban subdivision. It's got some lakes in it. And the people that live around the lakes, they have these little like pontoon boats that they ride around in the lakes. No big deal, right? Unless your husband is black. Not just black, but like blood diamond black. Okay, like Somalian pirate black. Okay? We move into this subdivision. Of course, all the white people around the lake are getting all tensed up, you know, buttholes tight and shit. And I'm like, y'all need to calm the fuck down. I even had to walk up to one of my neighbors. It was like, look here, Steve. He ain't trying to steal your pontoon, Steve. I know he looks like a Somalian pirate, Steve, but the motherfucker can't swim, Steve. Calm your ass down. That's what I told him. But round of applause, who here has ever gotten some bad advice from their friends? Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one. See, like a good friend of mine, she knows that I like blackberry wine. And she was like, Adriane, there's this winery in Nashville, has the best blackberry wine. I'm like, okay, cool. Me and my husband, we happen to be down there in Nashville. And I'm like, baby, we gotta go to this winery and check out this blackberry wine. And he's like, really? I'm like, look here, babe, you let me get some wine, you can go in from behind. Right? That's how you gotta tell them motherfuckers. He was all about it too. He was like, okay, I'm down, let's go. Here's the problem. We pull up to this winery, and the entrance is these 2 big old like stone pillars, and it's got this like wrought iron sign above it. It said Elmwood Plantation. Yeah, you remember my Somalian black husband. That did not go well when he read that. He like saw it, and of course I saw it, and I tried to speed up so he wouldn't see it, and he looked at me like, did that fucking say plantation? And I said, I think it said plantains. I think we're at a plantain farm, baby. To make it even worse, we get up there, and I'll be goddamn if my husband was not dressed almost identical to the staff. Oh my God. We're walking around, I'm trying to get my drink on. He's getting stopped like, sir, where's the restrooms? We need water at table 6. A manager even tried to get on his shit for being on break and fraternizing with the customers, you know? It was awful. But I don't think about shit like that, you know? I just don't. I'm not trying to be rude, I just don't think about it. And he has to like sometimes sit me down, he's like, babe, you gotta think about shit like that. You know? He's like, what if, for example, I was Jewish and we went to a nice bed and breakfast that just happened to be at one point in time a concentration camp. Like, yeah, it's got a beautiful lobby with a nice Yankee Candle store in it, but does really anything need to be burned there anymore? Okay, I'm filling out the crowd. Okay. Cool. I'll tell you this though, bad advice goes both ways, because my husband's got some friends that give some real bad advice. One of his friends was telling him about this hotel up in Chicago that was real romantic. And it just so happened, a couple months ago, me and my husband were going up to Chicago. So my husband's like, we're gonna stay at this romantic hotel. We pull up to the romantic hotel that looked like a Motel 6. We should have kept driving, but no, we were like, fuck it, we without the kids. You know, this is our first time to fuck without having to lock the door. And here's somebody beating on it, like, my underwear hurts. God, just get that nut, baby, just get the nut real quick. I'll open the door. So you know what, fuck it, we'll stay here. We walk in the room. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have never performed in a pornographic film, okay? But I have seen enough Bang Bros videos to know there was porno shot in that room, okay? It was wall to ceiling to wall to floor mirrors. Yeah. Now, I've never seen myself have sex. And I don't ever want to see that shit again. It looked like a walrus and a manatee, man. Just fighting for existence right there, man. Everywhere I looked, God damn, baby. I was lightweight mad at my husband that he's been fucking something like this. And I'm like, God damn, I never in my life wanted to be blindfolded during sex. But at that point, I was like, I'm down. Just blindfold me up. Good. And the worst part was the following morning when you go for your continental free breakfast. Do you know what it's like to like be standing there and you're making your little bagel, you get your orange juice, and you know the person next to you, you know their safe word? That's awkward as shit. You know, like, Kevin, I know you a freak. I'm gonna have to get the bagels from the side. You did not touch. Okay. I would say one thing that I have in common with, I think, every woman in here, I am crazy as shit. Bitches, aren't we crazy? I'm crazier than a rat on meth, I'm telling you right now. The other night, what was it, Monday when it snowed nice real bad and it was all horrible out? At 11 o'clock, I got it in my head that I needed Taco Bell. And once Adriane gets something in her head, it's got to happen, right? So I tell Mr. Thompson, I'm like, man, I need some Taco Bell. And so he's like, okay, I'll go get it. He's like, what you want? And I'm like, you ain't even gonna fucking remember if I tell you, so I'm gonna text it to you. I text him what I want. 2 seconds later, his phone goes off at 11 o'clock at night. And I did what all of us bitches would do. I'm like, who the fuck's texting you? He's like, it's you with the Taco Bell order. Now, I ain't trying to swallow my pride. I'm like, oh, is that what that bitch is labeled in your phone? Wifey? Is that what you call that bitch? I still got my Taco Bell, though. Oh, my husband, he is the best. I will tell you already, my husband, he's like a unicorn of men, a moonicorn, if you will, because he's got good credit, he's baptized, I didn't even have to initiate that, and he eats pussy good. You know what I'm talking about? Like when his face come up and it's all wet like he's been frying chicken in a room with no windows? Yeah, that's what he does. And I'm so protective over him because, you know, I know, single ladies, I know what y'all bitches do because I was single at one point. You know, the Spanx, the heels, the shaving all the time. And when you got a good man like that, ladies, you got to do things to keep that man at home. Like one time, I decided I was going to do something nice for my man. I decided I was going to just wax all my pussy hair off. My pussy hair is gonna wax it off. And then I saw the Spain Bros video and I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. But I'm pretty white, so I was like, I'll just bleach the shit. He won't know the difference, right? It'll all blend in, right? There was a lot of weed involved in this decision, okay? So here I am in my bathroom, ladies and gentlemen, and I am spread eagle. I'm painting that shit in there. I'm putting foils in it. I have no fucking clue why. Don't they do that at the salon? They put the foil in the hair and put them in there. The box said that it should process for 20 minutes. I could only handle 15, okay? Maybe that's where I went wrong, because the end result, it looked like Cisco was crying. It was horrible. Horrible. Do y'all know what that's like? Like me and my husband, we cannot go out to a romantic dinner like the rest of y'all at Golden Corral. Because God forbid the thong song come on across the Muzak, right? There's my husband. He's right there in front of the chocolate fountain. He's like, oh. You know, and here comes Craig, the assistant manager, talking about, we got a code 3, we got a code 3. For y'all that don't know, a code 3 at a Golden Corral, that's a heart attack. And then I gotta come up and I can be like, no, Craig, it's not a code 3, he's busting a nut. Give him about 2-3 seconds, it'll be over. And then all of a sudden Craig's like, oh no, this is unsanitary. I'm like, no, look here, Craig. I just saw a motherfucker put marshmallows on all of his goddamn fingers and stick them bitches right in the chocolate fountain. That's unsanitary, Craig. That's what I told him. Me and my husband, we've been together for almost 10 years now. 10 years! Woo! Clap it up for that! Hell yeah, make me feel good about myself. After 10 years of marriage, man, you gotta like mix that shit up. We get a little freaky. Like we got a cock ring. We did. Yeah, we did. I don't know what it does, but he likes it. So I'm like, let's get that motherfucker. If it makes you hard for longer than 2 minutes, I'm about it. Bring that shit on. But see, here's the problem with the cock ring. One night I went out to do a show, and I took his car, and I pull up to the show, and I open up the little armrest to get out a lighter, and look him right back at me as the cock ring. Right? And I was like, who's that bitch, wifey? Is that wifey? Who left that shit there? And I texted him, of course. I texted a picture of it, and I'm like, what the fuck's that doing here? And his response to me was, babe, it's not what you think. And I'm like, you'd be surprised. What do you think I think? And he's like, look, I like the cock ring. I know it improves our sex life. I just want to see if they had a different material. You know, like a copper or a metal. Ladies and gentlemen, let that sink in. My husband was going to go in the sex shop, like it's fucking Lowe's, you know, where they have all the screws, and you just plug that shit in to see if it fits. I'm like, no, honey, that's not how that works. Like in my head, I'm picturing he's going to go in there, and he thinks there's going to be like a little box of nylons, like a Payless, you know. He can just slide it over his penis, try the different cock rings on to see which one feels good. You know, is the worker going to come up to him and be like, okay, let me feel your toes in it. Okay, there's your toe. Can you run? Can you run in it? Okay, yeah, that's a good fit. I'm like, no, baby, that's not how any of that works. Oh, but I love my husband. You know what? Let's switch gears for a second. Let's talk about music. Got some music fans out here? Woo! Little music news, little pop culture here. Tank, the R&B singer, he came out and he made a statement. He said that if a man gives another man head, they are still straight. Right? Straight gay. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, if I walked in and I saw my man giving another man head, we don't go together no more. Ain't that right, James? I ain't put around that shit. You know what I'm talking about. But I am 40 years old, and I grew up like, you know, with like Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, you know, like classic hip hop. I also grew up with some classic R&B, like Color Me Bad. Y'all know about Color Me Bad? I wanna sex you. Shit, I'm already getting wet just saying that. Stop right now. But you know, now that I'm getting older and I'm listening to shit, I'm kind of concerned because like there's a line, and I want to sex you up, and it goes, girl, you know it feels real nice. We can do it till we both wake up. Is there another asleep in this transaction? Because I don't condone somebody asleep while somebody else is fucking them, right? It is not sensual unless it's consensual. Ain't that right, James? It ain't sensual unless it's consensual. He knows what's up. I do love old school, like, it sucks to call it old school, like hip hop. That really sucks because that's just I'm old. But in addition to doing comedy, I also write rhymes. Like, I write old school rhymes. Yeah, huh? I know, you're like, what the fuck? And Trump's in office, now the white people are rapping? Goddamn! Alright, can I perform a rhyme for y'all tonight? Alright, so this rhyme that I wrote, it was inspired by old school hip hop, and it is about my children going back to school, which is huge. You got any mamas out there?
Yes.
Yeah, big deal. Them kids, get the fuck out your house.
Yes. Goodbye.
All right, DJ, give me a beat on this one.
You recording? Yeah.
1, 2, 3 to the 4. Kids back to school, no more knocking at my door. Whining cause they hungry, bitching cause they bored, cause you know I'm going straight ignore them. Get to the bus stop first so I can get me some snuggles. Mom and Dad alone together, they know that's trouble. Sexy time in the midday, hey, hey. Mom and Dad going half on a baby. School is the place that's but one of us is fixed, I ain't crazy shit. Parents ain't perfect, got kids you understand. From a broke mom's perspective, summertime and kids can get real hectic. Gotta find them a can, buy them a can. And at the same time, gotta drive the can. Shit. With that shit, Lieutenant, if there was a free camp, I'd have my kids up in it. And all you chicks leave kids know how I feel. Feeling so good, I'm ready to smoke the blunt. Like you roll up. cheese.